I'm beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Hey, welcome to another episode. If you do enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you like this series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Last time we were driving in a realistic place, and this time we're driving in the LEGO universe. Game number 42, LEGO Racers. Released in 1999, this game was developed by High Voltage Software and published by LEGO Media. Back to the racing games, oh yeah. Man, they're just so common on this console, I swear. But I think this is a decently popular game, as a lot of people seem to have played it back in the day. The main single player mode in this game is the race circuit, so we'll be completing that to beat this game. The first thing I always do when I start a new game is check the options menu, and this one was wild. I went to change the audio levels and it popped up with a giant message saying, "Warning, you are about to change how the game works. If you're unsure about these settings, ask an older person for help." So that's when I went and asked Barb for help. Nah, just kidding. But I thought this message was really funny to see it as an adult playing it, like it's clear the intended audience for this game.
A child.
The game has a create a driver feature where you can make your own custom LEGO racer. It's decently customizable for the time. I made a nice old sheriff looking cowboy dude. Pretty happy how it turned out. So there's a total of 7 different circuits you have to beat with 4 races in each. Each one has a defending champion who will be the best driver you go against. In the first one, it's Captain Redbeard. Races start out like many other games. We're all next to each other at the start and go at the same time. The driving is a bit weird. The turning's incredibly abrupt, like you can make sharp turns with ease, even without slowing down. There are power-ups scattered throughout the level, signified by different colored Lego blocks. Blue creates a shield around you to protect you, yellow drops something down to slow the other racers, red is a projectile you shoot ahead to stop other racers, and green is a boost. Then there are white Legos, which upgrade the current power-up you have. You can store up to 3 white bricks, so there's 4 variations of each one. Pretty fleshed out on these, honestly. The first race wasn't going all that bad, especially considering I was just now getting used to how the game works. It was coming down to the wire near the end, but Captain Redbeard barely managed to finish in front of me. But like other racing games, the circuit is scored on a points system, so it's not over yet. You get 30, 20, 10, 3, 2, or 1 points for finishing in 1st through 6th place respectively. The second race was going much better. I had a decent feel for the controls now, and I knew what all the power-ups did. Also random, but the minimap for this track kinda looks like a tooth. It was a close race, but I managed to steal 1st place at the last second. Not only that, Captain Redbeard got 3rd place, so I was in the lead for the circuit instead of tied. Third track was Magma Moon Marathon, a big moon base that for some reason has a racetrack on it. This race was where I really learned how powerful the white bricks are. I had 2 of them and obtained a boost, and it just lets you boost for like 10 seconds straight. How long was... Look how ahead I am. This put me so far in the lead to the point where it wasn't even close. The 4th and final course was Desert Adventure Dragway, basically driving through the desert and some ancient pyramids. I had a big mistake in this one right away, which just let Captain Redbeard get way too far in the lead. I wasn't able to catch up to him, but it didn't matter. I got 2nd place, which gave me 1st place overall in the circuit. It shows a cutscene with you standing on a gigantic number 1 celebrating, and it informs you that you unlock Captain Redbeard's car. So then it was on to Circuit 2. The defending champion here is King Kahuka. It was here that I discovered just how insane the power-ups can actually get. Holy crap, look how ahead I am! If you get a boost with 3 white bricks, which that's the max, then you literally teleport ahead like super far in the track. It's so wild how far it launches you. The other power-ups get really strong when maxed out as well, but none of them compare to literally warping ahead. With this trick up my sleeve, I was able to easily take down Circuit 2, earning King Kahuka's car as one of my own. It was after this that I discovered not only you can use other cars, but you can build your own custom car as well. It reminds me a lot of building a gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts. I don't have much experience with building cars, but man, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Circuit 3 takes us up against the legendary Basil the Batlord. I don't know about you all, but this dude sure seems like he's a vampire. The difficulty definitely steps up quite a bit here. The courses had many tight turns and the game's unforgiving if you hit a wall. The warp boost does launch you ahead incredibly far, but at the cost of not really knowing where you'll come out. So if it's at one of the tight turns, well, you're pretty screwed. You can't restart individual races in this game, only the entire circuit, so making a mistake like this costs you dearly. The hardest one was definitely the third one, Adventure Temple Trail. There's just so many turns, especially this one room where you have to go around this altar thing if the stairs aren't there. But the entire course is filled with strict turns. I finally had a decent run going past the third level. I was 10 points behind Basil the Batlord, so it was on to the final course, Alien Rally Asteroid. This one was honestly pretty smooth to drive on. The only big issue was there were these alien spacecrafts that would grab your car and pull it backwards. How did you get here? What? Overall though, it was really easy for being the final track. I got first place and thankfully Basil also didn't get second, so I finished ahead in the point standings. Then it was on to Circuit 4. The defending champion here is Johnny Thunder. Circuits 1 through 3 all had unique tracks, but the next 3 circuits have the same as the previous ones, but now they're mirrored. It's honestly a very common thing to see in racing games. This circuit was easy once again, as the first 4 tracks, they're pretty simple to drive on. I tied Johnny Thunder in points, but I guess that's good enough according to the game. Circuit 5 featured returning champion Baron von Baron, and yeah, not much to say here. It's the same tracks as Circuit 2. I beat it on my first try, taking Baron von Baron as my own. Circuit 6 featured returning champion Gypsy Ma. These were the tracks from the third circuit, which I really struggled with, and I definitely struggled again. These tracks, they're just so brutal, man, like it feels unfair racing on them. After a half hour or so, I finally had a decent run where I was in a position to win. I just needed to do well on the final track. Things weren't going so well though, and I was pretty far behind in third place. I really needed a green brick. Let's go! Oh my god, dude! Yeah! Oh my god! Man, what a finish that was, honestly. So now with 6 circuits down, it was time for the final one. Congratulations, you've proven yourself to be a true LEGO champion. But it's not over yet, there is someone waiting to meet you. Oh my goodness. Rocket Racer. At last, a worthy opponent, but if you want to be the best, you have to race me on my own track. Are you ready? I'll be waiting for you. At the finish line. The defending champion here is Rocket Racer, and there's only one track this time, Rocket City Run. Right off the bat, I realized this was not going to be easy. Rocket Racer jumped out to an insanely massive lead right away, like it wasn't even slightly close. Even a tier 4 boost power-up wouldn't let me catch up to him. I think the AI here was programmed to only go for tier 4 boosts, so it made it even harder. It didn't seem beatable at all at first, because you can see like I'm way ahead of the other racers, but Rocket Racer's even further ahead of me. Regular old driving wasn't going to cut it here. I needed a plan. The strat I came up with was to just reset the race until he didn't get an insane start. That at least made it possible to win. Then I would focus less on driving optimally and more on just getting as many of the boosts as I possibly could. It was just the only feasible way I could find to win. It really just became a battle of who could get more boosts. After quite a few tries, it turned out I was the one who got more, and I took the win. It shows a cutscene with Rocket Racer congratulating us and calling us the greatest racer of all time. We unlock his racing set, and then the credits roll. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it, my journey to beating LEGO Racers. The game's not too bad. I don't really know what I expected out of it, but I kind of enjoyed it. It was only a bit frustrating during circuits 3 and 6, but overall it wasn't too stressful. I think generally people enjoy the LEGO games, so I guess it's not all surprising this was kind of fun. Although it is weird that this is clearly intended for children based on the warning in the options menu, and the circuit modes, actually really hard to beat. I gave it a 3.5 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 7 out of 10 for difficulty. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, consider giving it a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you like the series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching, and here's a sneak peek at what is coming next. There are 344 games on the list. Mario 64 and Disney DDR are not on the list. All right, what will we get? 3, 2, 1. 322. Playing Virtual Pool 64. Okay, that's definitely different.